Before you guys start, you need to make sure all the strainers and little baskets are in place. That way it catches all the debris and everything. Way down below, there's a little stopper that holds it in place. A little notch out on the strainer itself. And then on the far side, the rinse cycle or into the wash cycle, any big debris. This should get cleaned out also at the end of the day. That slides into like little channels on the side. I don't know if you want to take a quick picture in there. You can take a look in that. You'll see the two strainer, one against the wall and then the one in the middle.
So every day there's 3 trays. There's those top 2 trays and then the bottom tray.
Yeah, the top trays stop most of the big stuff from going down. So you want to, every so often, you want to just pull those out after, maybe 5 or 6 trays just to check it, see if there's anything in there, just to clean it out. Lifts off easy, dump it, rinse it out, and put it right back in. At the end of the day, especially if you guys aren't using this too often, there's a top button here that spins out, and you can actually take those 2 out, rinse them off, and put them right back in.
Okay.
You need some channel locks just to open it up for the first time.
Yep.
That's it. To fill it,
Let me see which one? Which one in the general box?
this right here,
Oh, I see.
this just unscrews, and this comes out, and this comes out. That way you can take it out, you can rinse all these little holes here. At the end here, if you feel that something gets clogged, gets sucked in through,
I see.
there's a little, all you need is a straight head screwdriver. This pops off, and each one of these, if you see that it's clogged, a little paper clip. Open up a tiny paper clip and just pop it, and then rinse it through, and that'll clean it all up. To fill it, make sure it's closed. There's a green button here on the top of the control panel. You want to hit that, and then it's going to fill up. There's 2 readouts. There's a tank readout and a final rinse readout for temperatures. I believe it's 150 for the wash, and then it's 180 for the final rinse. Usually it takes about 10 minutes for it to fill up, to come up to temperature. And let's see this one. Yeah, this has a reading. You'll see it'll go yellow and then it'll go into the green once it hits a temperature. Right now it's still low, so it's not doing anything. There's 4 different cycles here. There's a 1 minute, a 1.5 minute, a 3 minute, a 4 minute, and a 5 minute. Depending on how dirty the dishes are, if you have something that's been in the convection oven, you want it to clean, I'd hit it on the 5 minute, let it really blast it to clean it. Dishes, 1 to the 1.5, depending on how bad they are. And if you pre-rinse them through, that light's not going on yet.
Yeah, we'll talk to you about that.
Yeah. Pretty plain and simple, the digital readouts. To turn it on, put it on cook. When you guys start it up the first time, it's gonna smoke a little bit until it burns off the new oils and stuff on it. There shouldn't be any plastics. I remember peeling everything off of those. This is the temperature. It's a digital temperature. When it's on, if you guys shut the gas off, it may take a couple of minutes for it to start up because it's got to bleed the system before it comes on. But once it's on heat, it senses an automatic ignition, and the little red heat button will come on. This is the dial to set the digital thermometer. Set it whatever temp you need. You got a high fan and a low fan, depending on what you're cooking. Most of the time, you probably want a low fan anyways. There's a little gas shut-off button here that was off still. So line, you push it down where the line is flat, and that's when it's on.
That should just typically be left on, right? The gas? Or
Yeah.
are you supposed to turn that
I mean,
off?
if it sits, if you guys aren't using it all the time, you want to shut the gas off. You just
Okay.
hit this button.
Okay.
You don't want to shut the back end off. This will shut the little switch off that's in there that will shut
Okay.
the gas off. We have automatic pilots. Automatic ignition pilots. If you guys shut the gas off on this, it's going to take a little bit longer to bleed. There is a little flame signal on these knobs, where it's like a spark, it looks like. You want to turn it to the spark side, which is straight up. Push both of them down, and this is the automatic light, which is lit now. You want to hold them for about 10 to 15 seconds for it to sense the heat before you lift it off. These are, there's like an electronic thermal coupler on these that senses the heat on them, and it automatically shut off the gas if for some reason these blow out. Each one has to get done like that, and even the oven. Oven's the same. Hold it in, hit it a couple of times. For the day, if you guys are constantly using it, you can leave the pilots on, and you just leave them at the spark, where it's this little spark insignia on the dial. If they're not using them for a couple of days, push it in and then turn it clockwise, and that'll shut the gas off automatically. That's pretty much it. Oven's the same thing. You push it in, start it. There's a little circle in the center just to make sure. You want to take a peek and look at it. You'll see a little flame go in the pilot light on. Again, that oven you probably want to burn off. The first burn, you let it burn for an hour or two with the fans on because it will smoke a little bit. Expose is pretty simple. Hit the power button, shoot the jet of water out. It'll fill up the bowl that's in there. Basically what you want to do is take your dirty dishes, put them right in. As soon as you hit it, it'll bounce the water up and into the disposer. Basically it'll rinse off the dishes for you. You don't want to use a sponge or anything like that because you have the risk of dropping it in there. So basically just take the plate and just let the water do the work. And it'll bounce all the debris in there. You don't want to put starches in there or anything like potatoes and stuff because it'll gum up the system a little bit. If you do drop something in there and it shuts off on you, there is a safety switch on this. So you drop like a fork or knife and it jams up the system, it'll automatically pop it. Right underneath this corner, right where the salvageur model number is, there's a little reset button. You just hit that button first. If that's the first case, if it doesn't start for you right away, too.
And
just
now you
check
take
that.
it up with your hand?
No, you put your hand in it, but make sure that no one's around it after. There's no other way to really do it. You got enough room in here.
Just turn off the bottom and
Yeah. Yep, because I put that ring. You always want this ring in there because this stops the water from going directly right down the drain. It gives you that whirlpool effect, so that way you can use the plate to jump the water into the bowl. That's pretty much it for that.